Kent Fusion Money Talk here with another video. And yes, it is actually Saturday, the last day of September. So man, it's almost October. I'll be getting some cooler weather now. Because you know I hate this 90 degrees weather. But anyway, y'all don't want to hear me talk about the weather. Y'all want to hear me talk about this topic. That's why you click in onto this video. So the difference between being rich and being wealthy, what is the difference? Because sometimes I be telling my mom, man, I wish I was rich. My mom like, you don't want to be rich, you want to be wealthy. So a lot of y'all are probably thinking, it's being rich and wealthy are the same thing, right? There's no difference. Actually, there is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. When you're rich, yeah, you do have a lot of money when you're rich. But when you're rich, it pretty much don't really last that long. You get broke pretty fast. But if you're wealthy, that money, it'll last a while. It'll last to the end of your lifetime and the next. So for example, these athletes, most of them are rich. They're making all this money. But once they stop being a basketball player, football player, boxer, MMA fighter, once they quit doing it, they're not rich no more. They end up being broke. But a wealthy person, they quit their job at any time. They can stop working and never have to work a day in their life if they don't want to anymore. But with a rich person, once they go broke, they have to go back to working. So those are some of the difference. A rich person, when they pass away, they don't leave you anything. You know why? Because that money's gone. But a wealthy person, when they pass away, they'll leave their family something. They pretty much leave like generational wealth. So let's use me for example. Let's say I became wealthy. I won't say wealthy, not rich. Let's say I did become wealthy. I passed away. I left some money for my kids, grandkids. I left money for them. So now they're wealthy now. They don't have to work as hard as I had to. That grandson of mine, he could do he could have what I never had when I was in my 20s. He could party, have a lot of girlfriends, travel all around the world when he's that young. Because all y'all was never able to do it. Because I was broke the whole time I was in that age group. Heck, he could even do it in his teens. Also, you would have, a wealthy person would have to pretty much teach the next generation how to manage the money, of course. There's nothing wrong with partying. I mean, if I had money, I'll party too, but I'll manage it right. I always want to party every week. Because a lot of people that go to those parties, they probably look for a handout. They're probably not real friends anyway. But when you're rich, let's say I would never do this, but a lot of people are like this when they win the lotto. Because honestly, most people that win the lotto, they're rich, they're not wealthy. Especially if they grew up poor all their life. I mean, let's be honest, what would happen if a homeless person would have hit that, what was it, $1.5 billion jackpot? What would have happened if a homeless person would have hit that, if they would have won? I mean, they probably never had that much money in their life, so they're going to be spending that like crazy. But we're going to say I was that type of person. We're going to pretend like I was that type of person that just spent a lot of money. We're going to pretend for the sake of this video, but I'm not. Let's say I won the Alexa. How high is the lotto right now? I don't know. I don't even know how high the high lottery is. I think the Mega Million is like what, 600, 700 million right now. Let's say I won 600 million. I won that. I never had that much money in my life. I'm like, you know what? I just quit my job. I don't even come in. I just send my boss a text saying I quit. And I'm just living it up. I'm buying mansions. I'm buying cars. I'm spending money on a lot of girls. Because now I'm rich. I didn't have all these girls chasing me when I wasn't rich. But now I'm rich. They're all chasing me now. It makes me happy. It's what I've been wanting to have since I was a kid. Was girls chasing after me. I don't have to work. I can play video games all day. I guess I could be a professional gamer now that I don't have to work. And it's all fun and games. But the next thing I know, I had less than $1 million all of a sudden. I'm like, where'd all that money go? I had less than $1 million even though I had 600 million. Obviously, I'm not rich no more. I'm now broke. So being wealthy is a lifetime, but being rich is temporarily. I just thought I should point that out because my mom always tells me that. So I'm like, man, I should point that out in the video. So the goal shouldn't be to be rich. It should be to be wealthy. Which is pretty much my goal. I want to build up some money for the next generation so they don't have to work as hard as I had to. I would like to pretty much have enough money to where they don't have to work, but they could work if they want to. Because obviously they would have a good start. If money wasn't an issue for, say, my kids or my grandkids, they would have a better start than I did. They don't have to work for anybody, but maybe they do want to work, but they don't want to work for anybody. So they can start their own business. They can open up a business. Just to test it. I mean, if it fails, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, they still got a lot of money to fall back on. But obviously, if I tried something like that, let's say, obviously I'm not rich right now. But we're going to say that, you know, I'm just going to quit my job. I'm going to try to do like my own trucking business. So we're going to say I bought like a box truck. I was just trying to do the business and it didn't work out. So now I'm in debt now. But if I would have had like parents or grandparents pass wealth down to me, I mean, I could have tried it out. And if it failed, guess what? I wouldn't have been in debt. I would have had enough money to pay it off and just moved on from that business if it failed. So that's pretty much how it would be if I was wealthy and I passed down the wealth. They would have more options. If the trucking business failed, they could try a restaurant business. If that failed, they could try another business. So they would have more options. But when you're in corporate America, you're working. It's pretty much why a lot of people don't start their own business, because they're scared. Because at least when you're working at your job, you're guaranteed to have that. You're not really guaranteed, but there's a high chance that you're going to get paid when you're working for somebody. But when you no longer work for them and you're now your own boss, you could fail, or you could be successful and make even more money than you did when you were working for them. So it's kind of again when you have your own business. This is why I should put that out there. But most people, they work because they are obligated. They work at, some jobs aren't even that good. They just work there because they feel obligated to work there. I mean, I've been there. I had jobs I was obligated to work at because I had to work. I mean, when I was in college, I had to work. All of my parents said that they would help me out with some of the finance, but they didn't. They actually told me that they weren't going to charge me any bills while I was in college. But guess what? I got stabbed in the back. They actually start charged me like, what was it, the cable bill? Then they start charged me with a grocery bill. So I got stabbed in the back, guys. But it's all good. So the goal should be to be wealthy, not rich, because being rich is temporary. It only lasts for like a few years, maybe you're lucky a couple decades. But when you're wealthy, the money will outlast you. It could probably outlast your kids, your grandkids, maybe even your great grandkids. An example of generational wealth would be the Walmart people. The person that pretty much opened a Walmart. I mean, that family is wealthy. The guy, the original owner, he long passed away, but those people are still getting that wealth. Henry Ford, the guy was born in the 1800s, but guess what? His descendants, they're still rich right now. They're still rich today. Man, it'd be pretty cool to leave wealth down to the next generation, and those generations live to like 21st century. I'll be 21st century? 2100s, yeah. It'd be cool to have family from the 2100s still living off my wealth. That'd be pretty cool. So you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And I think I am approved of Walmart Smart now, so maybe I'll try it. But with that being said, have a good day. Bye for now.